Welcome back, everybody, to Wrestling Omakase. It is episode number 97. This week, I'm very pleased to be joined by Jesse, making, I think, your first appearance of 2019. Is that right?
I guess you was better than
I think the last time.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah, I think the last time you were on was the DDT year in review with me and Taylor, I think.
Oh my gosh, so much has happened.
Yeah.
New York,
So,
New York.
New York, New York. That was pretty awesome. Although I have to admit, I don't know if I'm on camera or not. I haven't watched it back, but like I think I just kind of stand there like aghast at this whole situation while the endo cash-in was happening because I really thought like that was the end of Damnation basically. So I'm standing there like looking at this weird mix of like excited for endo, but also like upset and like nervous that my favorite DDT unit is like coming to an end, but thankfully Sasaki forgave him, so
Well,
it
it
all
still
worked out.
might be coming to an end. They're having a bit of an issue right now. And the issue being Yukio Sakaguchi is the issue.
Yeah.
So
Well, it didn't come to end with me in attendance at least, so I was just like, wow, I went to the first ever DDT in America show and I watched my favorite unit ever just come to an end in front of me, but no, he just Endo begged him for forgiveness.
He does it again, you know?
What were you obviously you waited a very long time for Endo to win the title, so what were your like emotions for that? Were you watching it live or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I watched it live. I wasn't gonna watch the show. And then I woke up and then I saw the show was starting. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll watch. I was just gonna skip the whole thing. I will say I had a very strong inclination that Endo was going to cash in on the show. Because like why else did he have a bracer? Yeah. And why else didn't he use it? It was just like, It was too coincidental for me. So I wasn't shocked that all of that happened. I thought it was really cool that it did. Endo is a true New Yorker now, a real American. Loves cheeseburgers, you know? So there's all of that. And I really liked the show. I thought it was a really great show. It surpassed my expectations because I kind of thought it was just a by-the-books DDT show, but the crowd and everything just made it over the top, and it was great.
Yeah, the crowd was just amazing being there. I mean, like, I expected there to be some like hardcore nerds, but like there were a shit ton of people who knew everybody.
And yeah, watching it live, there was a mix. You could tell there was a mix of people that really knew everything there was to know about DDT because people got the reaction that you would expect. And then you could tell that there are people there that had never seen DDT and they were there for the first time too. So it was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I told you about this after the fact that like 3 different people like walked up to me and said that like they first started following DDT because of this stupid podcast we're doing, which I was like, you should take credit for that too. You've been on almost like every DDT episode we've ever done, basically.
So. No, I don't take credit for anything.
You made a difference in the world, Jesse. Come on.
No.
You got people into DDT.
No.
But
I don't take credit if they're Takashita fans. Let's put it that way. No credit.
But it was a great experience, and obviously Endo is now champion. We're going to talk a little about King of DDT. But what else has been going on with your year so far? I mean, it's been almost half the year since we last talked to you. What have you been up to?
Watching Endo win the title. Watching Liverpool not win the title. The Capitals lost in the first round.
Yeah. I kind of saw that one coming, I have to say. It was a very Capitals thing to do.
At least we weren't the Lightning. There are people listening to this now that have no clue what the hell any of this means. Watched some of the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Laughed at the Lakers because I live in Louisiana and my team are the Pelicans. So all of that drama was absolutely hilarious.
Now I'm the one who doesn't know anything of what you're talking about.
Game of Thrones is back. Been watching that. I kind of hope everybody dies.
Don't know anything about that one either.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The usual.
What about like this Grand Blue Fantasy thing? It's like all over your Twitter feed, like every day of your life.
Listen, it's the best game in the world. The parent company also owns DDT. So it's like, am I kind of supporting DDT by doing this? I would say yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah. I hope you don't spend as much money as
I don't spend a dime.
Okay, well that's good.
I do not spend money on gacha games. I'm not that dumb.
I have a few. I don't know anybody who plays Grand Blue, but I do know quite a few people who play Fate Grand Order, which I don't. I don't play, but I know I don't play any gacha games really.
I played that one a little bit, but I like Grand Blue a lot more.
I was just gonna say, like, the amount of money that they've spent on this game, like I basically kept guessing how much money my one friend had spent on it, and like the amounts would get higher and higher, and he would just like not answer at one point. Right now,
we called him like
higher. Yeah, it's like Jesus, gotcha game, big spenders.
No, I don't spend any money, so I have to grind endlessly. So I sit at my computer, work on one side, Grand Blue on the other, and that's what I do.
I wonder how many people even know what gacha games are. They're like basically these.
Look, if they like DDT in Big Japan, they're probably a nerd enough to know what the hell we're talking about right now.
That is true. I mean, this is the first episode I've done in a while that doesn't have like the big New Japan hook, because that had been my plan for the past few weeks. Like I do New Japan first.
Doki, is that what his name is?
To get people
New Japan hook.
There you go. I was actually gonna ask you if you've ever seen Doki.
Look, no. I just know he's like kind of sort of an impro guy. So like, hey, I think he's like the first one since Hayato. All the best in the world to Junior Hayato, by the way. I haven't heard anything since he announced that he had cancer. So hope it's going well.
Best to him. But I think back to Doki, I think he's on the Takataichi Mania show. Yes, he is. There you go. So if anyone wants to see, I guess not a preview of Doki, because the Best of Super Juniors will be going on by the time this airs. But Doki was in a match on that show, and the show airs 2 days from now on Samurai on Tuesday.
You can see Desperado break his jaw.
You can see Desperado break his jaw, which also is what made Doki necessary in the first place. So,
I mean, how many more people do you think would have had to got hurt till we get down to like Hiroshi Yamato or somebody?
I don't know. Maybe we're already at Doki, so not that many more. Maybe
they didn't have another young lion they could put in it or something. I mean, all credit to him. Amazing, good job.
They don't want to put Shota Umino in there because he's already supposed to be a heavyweight.
They could. I would say they couldn't call anyone from K-JoJo, but no, they can't call anybody from K-JoJo anymore.
Well, they can't even get Ayato Yoshida booked.
That's right. That door's been closed.
Yeah.
That's right. Everyone who said 100% nailed on. How about that?
Yeah. So Yoshida.
Because Taka is a dirty cheater. That's right.
But he's still a good wrestler, so I can't get too much hate on him.
They're all pretty much dirty cheaters.
I'm going to enjoy watching him in the Best of Super Junior this year after he missed last year. But yeah, so Doki is in the Best of Super Junior this year. And, very exciting. You can see him on Takataichi Mania. Like you said, you can see how Desperado gets his jaw broken. I'm sure Gato called him up and was like, you really had to work a fucking death match like 2 weeks before the Best of Super Junior.
I'm so totally out of the New Japan loop. I only know this because I see people talking about it on Twitter. Wasn't he supposed to win?
I don't think he was going to win, but I think he was going to have a pretty good record at least. But
because I saw some people saying that he was going to win.
I think they were basing that off of Dragon Lee saying he wanted to defend against him next, but I don't think he was actually going to win. I think he was going to. He probably going to have a very good
Jack in New Japan. Trust me, as a Shibata fan, it doesn't mean anything.
I think he was going to go. He was going to go like 6-3 or something, probably maybe 7-2. So he was going to have a good year, but what are you going to do? Jun Kasai broke his jaw.
That's what he gets for trying to be a deathmatch wrestler.
I heard that match. Oh no, I really can't wait to watch it. But All right, so the actual topics we're here to talk about are DDT and Big Japan, which, as I was telling Jesse off air, I'm going to double back. I've decided officially I'm going to do this. I'm going to double back to Kyoto on my last full day there, just so I can see DDT live, because it's pretty much my only opportunity. The weird, like, they're basically not on tour the entire 2 weeks I'm there, so there's like a couple other shows that are even further away. But Kyoto, I've always wanted to see a show at KBS Hall anyway. That's the show. That's the arena with like those giant like stained glass windows. It looks like you're watching a show from a church. So I figured, when else am I gonna get this opportunity? I might as well do it. But it means another 4 hours on a train. But whatever.
You could start grinding Gramblue while you're on the train.
There you go. I could do that.
They have it in English. I'm just saying.
Okay. I don't know if just my addictive personality. I don't know if I want to get started on
avoid it at all costs.
But yes, so that's basically what I'm going to be. I'm going to be seeing DDT live, and when I leave in a few weeks, because this is officially the countdown to my next Japan trip, which I've mentioned this on other episodes, but somehow, and I swear to God I didn't do this on purpose, our 100th Omakase should be the episode I do live from Japan. So that's kind of weirdly fitting.
Very cool.
But this is number 97, as I said, so we got like 3 left until then. And we're going to start here with DDT. The king of DDT, the first 2 rounds. First round is actually a little bit older now. It's back on April 29th from the Tokyo Itabashi Green Hall. I remember I wanted to talk about it a few weeks ago, and then for whatever reason, it just was not up a day or two after, and I just completely lost track of it.
They periscoped the first round matches live, but they didn't. They periscoped the matches on Twitter.
I see.
Just the King of DDT matches live, which is how I watched them. I didn't watch them on Universe. I watched them on Periscope.
Interesting. But yeah, I watched them on Universe many days later. But somehow I was still not spoiled on this, so that was good, I guess. So just going to talk about the tournament matches here. There were only 7 of them because they brought in a new concept this year, the Loser Resurrection Battle Royal, where the 7 losers, would compete. Or actually, only 6 of them ended up competing because Yukio ended up going for a different way for a title shot. But yeah, so 6 of the 7 losers competed in a battle royal match on the second round show, with the winner getting back into the quarterfinals. So it's actually kind of similar to what Toryumon used to do way back in the day, when Toryumon had the El Numero Uno, which was more of like a round robin thing, but they would have all these block winners, and then they would have a last chance. They call it like the Dragon Scramble Battle Royal, and the winner of that would get like reinserted into the semifinals. That was way more absurd than this because, like I said, it's a round robin. So it's like if you went through a whole like G1 style tournament, and at the very end, they're like, okay, well, there's a battle royal now, and you can just win that battle royal and get into the semifinal. Well, that's what they did in Toryumon. So once had a year where Masaki Mochizuki, when he was in the original M2K and was a heel, he won El Numero Uno without winning a single league match because he got himself intentionally counted out in every single league match to ruin the show. He made them all go to double countouts, but then won the Dragon Scramble and then won the tournament.
That sounds absolutely fantastic.
It was something, but this is like a much less extreme version here, since winning here only gets you. It basically gets you back into the second round. So still got to win 3 singles matches to win the tournament. But it began with the first round, Higuchi and Kota Umeda. Higuchi won this in 13:03 with the Dr. Bomb. Some notes here I had on this was like, basically, Kota Umeda's kicks, they always sound really loud, but in like a small, like quiet building like this, they sound like a gun going off or like a cannon. It's just like really, really loud. But yeah, I liked this match. It was very physical and hard hitting, a little slow maybe, but not like, put you to sleep slow or anything. So I went like 3.5 stars on it. Very cool match. You have any thoughts of Higuchi and Umeda?
I mean, it was my favorite match of the tournament so far.
Oh wow.
I really, really, really liked it, but I love Kota Umeda a lot. So I always really enjoy seeing him in matches like this because it doesn't happen too often.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really great. And I just want to say in general, I really liked the first round because we got to see a lot of the DNA guys have a big singles match, something that we really haven't seen too much of lately in DDT. And so it was nice to sort of give these guys the focus a little bit anyway, and to see how far they've come. I really
Right.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's a good point
Except for
too.
Watase.
Well, Watase got a dark match on the second round night, so that's what he got. He also got to get pinned by Okuda in his last DDT match, but didn't watch that. Up next, we have one of my favorite matches of the tournament so far, which is Mike Bailey and Soma Takao. I just thought, they were forearm each other extremely hard, which I always appreciate. And there was like a lot of flash pin sequences in here, which I'm always kind of a mark for. So I really enjoyed that stuff. And Soma ended up getting the win with the reverse gory special bomb in 10:08.
That thing looked nasty.
It always does look, especially for people who don't know what that is. It's a vertebraker, folks. And it does look really nasty when he does it. So, but yeah, there's only 10:08, but I really loved it. I went 3 3/4 on it. So
they have really good chemistry together.
Yeah,
because they had a killer match in the Dio tournament.
Yeah, they did.
A super underrated match that a lot of people didn't really talk about. Match was incredible, and so I wasn't really surprised that they had another really great match here. Maybe a little surprised that Soma won.
I was a little bit surprised too. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the biggest upset. There was another one later on.
Well, no, I mean it wasn't like the biggest upset, but it was kind of like,
Yeah. Then we had Naomi Yoshimura beating Kazuki Hirata with the Shonen Naba in 9:42. This was another really fun match. The fans got way into Hirata as the underdog here, which he's always very good at. But Yoshimura basically ends up just like surviving all the flash pin attempts and then gets the win. There's another 3.5 star level match. So really fun match.
We just need to survive every Endo match until we get him and Harada. It needs to happen.
They were awesome in King of DT last year, so
Yoshimura was also really good in the match too.
Yeah, he was awesome. I find it's an interesting choice they've made with him to go with him as more of a baby face, but it's.
I mean, they put him in Disaster Box and then they kind of haven't done anything with it. I wonder if him and Ueno are going to form some sort of tag team or something.
Well, they teased that at the show, didn't they? At Judgment, didn't they tease that?
Yeah, and then he joined Disaster Box and nothing's happened since, really.
Okay, well, DT does do that sometimes. They just kind of drop things. Up next was probably my big disappointment of night one. Daisuke Sasaki beating Yukio Sakaguchi with the rope assisted pin in 11:37. I don't know. It wasn't like it was bad, but it just felt like the two of them really weren't that. They just really weren't trying that hard or something. I don't know. It's not like it just. These are two of my favorite guys, so I just expected a lot more.
Well, let me say it to you this way: Yukio killed Sasaki today. Sasaki's dead, everybody. Just FYI. Endo had to put him out to pasture in the back. So,
I mean, it was like the start of something, I guess. So that's fine. But it just felt.
Yukio killed Paulie too.
He's murdering everybody in Damnation, yes. So.
How did those two die before Nobu though?
That is kind of true. That is really weird.
I think he might actually. Oh my god, Yukio will probably break his jaw.
Yeah.
Maybe ease him or something.
But as far as the match itself here goes, I mean, not. It was. There were parts that were good. It was fine, but it just didn't knock my socks off. I expect what
you would expect more from the two of them because they've had better matches before.
Yeah.
And Sasaki winning by putting his feet up on the ropes kind of suspected that too. You know.
Yeah. The next match is Masahiro Takanashi beating Mao with a backside pin in 2:15. This was a lot. So let me
Okay,
just read what
how do they keep getting caught by this? It's like
the
the
ref.
fifth time I've seen the same exact thing, and it works pretty much every time.
The ref got bumped. Dalian Aki, dressed as Masa, runs in, but Bailey fights him off. He came in to save Mao. Shota in the crowd blows off a party popper in Mao's face, and then Masa rolls him up to the pin. So there you go. That's how I thought Mao was winning this entire fucking tournament, and instead he's
No, I
out.
did not think Mao was
Okay,
winning the entire tournament.
well, he got knocked
I
out in the
could
first
give
round.
myself a pat on the back for this one. I called
Yeah,
3 out of the 4 semifinalists. Well, I guess they're not semifinalists; they're quarterfinalists.
yeah.
But I called 3 out of the 4. So no, I didn't think Mao was gonna make it too far. I thought he'd make it farther than this, though.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked that both Moonlight Express guys got dumped first round. That was like That was like the to me.
Yeah.
Except for the next match, that was kind of a And then the light bulb went off. I was like, oh.
Yeah, the problem with that second chance thing is that the upsets are not as big a deal because it's like anyone who gets upset in the first round can still get back in. So here we had
Especially
Akito.
when they're Harashima.
Yeah. Akito beating Harashima with a cradle in 14:26. This match was really good. I went like 3.5 on it. And the one big shocker, is this the first time in wrestling history repeat coverage has actually gotten the pin? Because I was just like, what the fuck? Because people do that all the time. They go for like more than one cover when a guy kicks out. But like, it worked. He covered Harashima like 3 times after he hit like whatever. I think it was like a big spine buster. And like the third cradle got the pin.
I mean, Akito's a wrestling genius.
He must be to get that to work because I haven't seen it work in 30 years.
Listen, stranger things have happened in this world,
especially in DDT. But
yeah, but I was shocked that Harashima lost until I got reminded by Mr. Haku on Twitter. There's a second chance Rumble thing, and then I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah. And then the main event, Konosuke Takeshita defeating Yuki Ueno with the Zahi, which I guess is what he's calling that knee strike, in 20:45. I mean, I thought this was, again, really good main event. I went 3 3/4. It was long and maybe a little too long. But
I was going to say I thought it was a little too long.
But I thought Ueno looked awesome here and really hung with Takeshita really well. So it's always a good thing when you see, like you're saying, like a DNA guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's nice to see these guys in these big matches get a chance to show what they can do. And these two are friends. They're former classmates. So Takeshita gave him enough. I wouldn't say he gave him a lot. He gave him enough.
Yeah.
But I thought it went too long.
But I still really liked it. And it was a good capper to a very good show as far as like nothing dragged. Everything was pretty good except for like one match. So definitely a show worth watching. I think the
thing to keep in mind with King of DDT is you're not going to get like the banger match probably till the final.
Yeah.
The final is usually the banger.
I mean, I will say last year, the 8, having those 16 matches on one show was really cool. But here, this was still a good first round. So
it's just good, solid wrestling.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need. I think think people watch everything and then they get mad when something is kind of just like there. But a lot of people don't watch everything. A lot of DDT fans that go to shows, you think they watch every show on Universe?
It's true.
I mean, I think sometimes people don't look at it in that perspective.
But I thought it was
some of them do watch everything on Universe. They actually do.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't.
I mean, I don't watch everything on Universe. I have to be honest. There's definitely stuff I.
There are certain people that pretty much anything they do, I'll watch, but I don't watch everything either.
Yeah, I mean,
they won't be named on this podcast either. They're gonna stay anonymous.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the King of DDT second round was May 6th in Hokkaido. The Sapporo Suzuki Ito, Mars Gym. This reminds me though, I have to mention something because it's a very weird thing to bring up, but because this is in Hokkaido, it made me think of it. If you like very short documentaries, the this thing I saw the other day, which was it's called like the Japan Railway Journal. It's done by NHK World, which is in English. If you search for Japan Railway Journal episode number 67, they did this kind of amazing piece on a local train line in Hokkaido that had to close, and like that sounds like not that interesting maybe if I just say it like that, but like it's really like strangely moving for a 27-minute documentary about a train closure and like just the way the community reacts and the sense of history and all that. It's just really, really interesting. So if you're the kind of person that would watch a 27-minute documentary about a train closure, it's a very, very like sweet watch. So I would recommend that. But it's probably the weirdest recommendation I'll ever make on this show. But there you go. So from Hokkaido,
I don't
sorry,
have any documentaries to recommend that would be on topic. The last one I saw was the Flat Earth one.
the Flat Earth one.
Maybe that is on topic. Is anyone on this show a flat earther?
No,
That we know of.
that we know of. No, I don't think so. But no, I just thought of that because of Hokkaido, and it's a very like just watching like the elderly people in the community, like like rally around it was like surprisingly moving for a episode about a closed train line. King of DT, second round from Hokkaido. It started out with an undermatch, which I watched. It was Mad Pauly and Mizuki Watase, which was a really fun, like 3-minute match. Only went 256 for Pauly won with the reverse splash. But
how do you feel about Pauly's new gear?
I like the gear. It's cool.
It's so cute. He has like a little Pauly on him now. It has his name, Pauly. Do you remember when he first came out? We couldn't figure out what his name was. Like there was a big debate about this on Twitter. I wouldn't say big debate. It was like 2 people or maybe 3. We were all trying to figure out was it really Pauly or not. I remember that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that too. It
was fun. Cool. Good times before DDT English was around. Everybody relied on Google Translate.
Everybody was like, well, hopefully Dramatic DDT can figure it out. But King of DDT 2019, Loser Resurrection Battle Royal was the opener. So Harashima, Kota Umeda, Mike Bailey, Yuki Ueno, Kazuki Hirata, Mao, and Kota Umeda are in this. It started out with a very dramatic Moonlight Express handshake. Like both Mao and Bailey were like being very overdramatic about this handshake for some reason.
I thought they were both going to get dumped right then and there.
Yes, I kind of did too. And then Hirata and Ueno both tried to turn on each other. Then Mao tried to roll up Bailey, and Speedball was very upset about it. Like he was just like, "How could you?" Which I thought was funny. Ueno like basically skinned the cat and then used a Rana on Bailey for the first elimination. Like Bailey had thought he eliminated him. Then Disaster Box, like Harashima, Yuki Ueno, and Kazuki Hirata all started working together until like working over Mao together. But then Hirata suddenly rolled up Ueno for the second elimination. That was my favorite elimination of the match, I think, because they were all doing this like big elaborate double team while Harashima was like on the apron waiting to do a springboard in, and then Hirata just rolls up Ueno out of nowhere. And then Hirata like he was awesome in this match before Mao finally like just reversed one of his cradles into a cutback for the third elimination. And then Harashima eliminated Mao over the top rope, which was the fourth. And then we got like a big Harashima and Ueda kick battle before he finally hit the Samato for the pin. So this was really fun. I can't believe it only went 7 minutes and 18 seconds. It felt longer, so I guess that's a good thing. But they messed stuff a lot.
Harashima wins, LOL. Harashima wins again. And then he goes on to face the walkover in Sasaki. The main event. I'm so shocked. Just stunned, let me tell you.
Match number 3, Makoto Oishi and Koki Iwasaki. So I skipped match 2. I didn't watch it. Match 3 was Oishi and Iwasaki beating Hiroshi Yamato and Yuki Ino when Iwasaki pinned Ino at the vertical drop brainbuster in 9:37.
I
did
only
watch.
know Iwasaki is from this area, so that's why he was on the show.
Okay, because he's Gambare now, I think. So
yes.
So I watched this for 2 reasons.
And Ishii are teaming against Irie and Watase on the Gambare show.
Ooh.
If people are like into that, I'm into Gambare, but not them.
Yeah.
Well, like I like not the Renegades people. I like the other people.
Why is Irie on Gambare now? It's so weird.
He's just working that show.
Oh, okay.
They're just working a tag match.
Weirdly, Watase had like Renegades like X out when he came out for that dark match.
Who the hell knows with this dude? He wears he always has a shirt with the Renegades X'd out. He's not in King of DDT. He paid to go to New York for what? Who knows?
I know, it's true. It's a hard one to figure out.
The international man of mystery.
I wanted to mention I watched this tag match for 2 reasons. First of all, to see Iwasaki because I always liked him in DNA. I can't say I catch a lot of Gambare, so
he works Noah too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Another promotion I don't really watch to see.
Just in case anybody out there does watch Noah.
Yeah. You know. And then the other reason why I watched this was to see Hiroshi Yamato do his singing entrance, which is always a delight. But he and Doki should form a tag team. Did you see that video of Doki singing the Japanese Winnie the Pooh Bear song?
No.
Okay, you have to see that immediately. It's on I retweeted it a few days ago. It's on my Twitter feed.
I'll go check it out.
Yes, he has the voice of an angel, I have to say.
Is it better than Yamato's?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me just play it here.
What? 100 times better. What the hell? This should be Arie's new theme that he comes out to. Why is he wrestling? Career as being a singer.
I hope the listeners can hear that too. But I put it right to the microphone. I'd be surprised if they couldn't. But yes, he is a great singer. So that's Doki. Doki singing the Winnie the Pooh Bear. Japanese
a voice actor. Yeah. What the hell is he doing? Other than, it's working out pretty good for him. He sneaked his way into New Japan. So what the hell can I say?
People are saying maybe that's why Taichi really picked him for the singing skills. But match 4 I did not watch. I don't think you did either, right? The Sakaguchi Endo.
No.
Who the hell is Koji Yoshida? He's like a local guy, I guess.
You're asking the wrong person. Go look it up on Twitter. I'm sure
he doesn't even have a fucking cage account profile.
They know who that is. Mr. Haku probably knows who he is. I really don't know.
He must be like a local Hokkaido guy because those local
I don't
Hokkaido.
think that's the guy that's having the match against Hideki Suzuki to get back into DDT. I don't think that's the same dude. Pretty sure.
Because he is a local Hokkaido guy. Because when you search him, all the results that come up in cage match are Hokkaido matches. So he must be a local Hokkaido guy.
Honestly, I thought it was Yohei from the split second screenshot that I saw of him. I'm like, what the hell is Yohei doing in DDT?
He must be in that. Maybe he's in the same promotion that gave us Andres the Giant Panda. Because that's Hokkaido too, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the King of DDT round 2 matches starts out with Higuchi and Masa Takanashi. Higuchi beat him with the Dr. Bomb in 7-12. This is my favorite 7-minute match in a while. This is awesome. Masa basically just tried to strike him early and did not go well for him at all. And then Masa did manage to get the top rope sunset flip powerbomb, but then Higuchi counters the Yoshitonic and just pulls him up, which is such a great visual. And lariats his head off, hits the Dr. Bomb with the pin soon after. But yeah, I went 3.5 on this really fun 7-minute match.
Kind of typical small man, big man match.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it was bad. It was really good. There's really not much more to say about it. It was a really fun match.
I'm glad Higuchi.
And Higuchi did some things better in this match than Yoshimura did in the Takashita match. I thought Higuchi was better doing his power spots. There was one spot in the Takashita match that just like we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. Then Soma Takao and Akito. I thought this was another like little good fun short match. Soma beat him with the reverse gory special bomb in 9-10. It was a very mat-based match, which plays into the strength of Akito especially. They did a lot of mat stuff early on, and then like went to a really strong fatal reversal sequence toward the end before Soma finally hit the vertebrae thing for the pin. But yeah, there's another like probably like 3 1/4. Good match.
Yeah, it's kind of how you can say everything about the King of DDT right now. It was good.
Takashita and Yoshimura. I thought this was the big problem again, was it went a little bit too long for what they did. Konosuke Takashita beat him with the Caballo 2020. What the fuck does that mean?
It's like camel clutch looking choke he does. Another shit finisher, by the way.
Yes.
What is dude? He does like crazy German suplexes and brain busters, and then he chooses to do for finisher some of the most ridiculous looking stuff I've ever seen. That's just somebody getting too cute to me. Just do what you're good at, man.
But he got the win with it in 14:46.
Well, maybe he couldn't lift Yoshimura up with those ginormous freaking thighs that he has. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was
that hard to believe, but
I thought this was really boring early on. But it finally picked up when Yoshimura like almost decapitated him with a lariat around like the 10-minute mark. And then there was like
I thought it picked up when I guess you call it a tope. I'm really bad at knowing the names of moves, but when Takashita jumped over the top rope and Yoshimura was supposed to catch him, and Takashita just ate shit and landed like right at the back of his head.
I'm not surprised that was your favorite moment.
I thought that's when it kind of picked up, but there was one spot where Yoshimura is going for a power bomb, and he like physically waits for about 3 seconds. And you know that spot's coming next. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, come on.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, the sit-out powerbomb was so sick. It was like a really big one, too.
I mean, it looked cool once he finally did it. It was just getting to that point. And I was like, oh.
And then after that, there's like a big lariat war by Takashita. That Takashita ended up winning, but then Yoshimura kicked out at 1. And then Takashita hits the running knee we just talked about for 2 count, and then locked in this new camel clutch choke submission finisher thing. That felt anticlimactic to me, which was the first of 2 matches that had a kind of anticlimactic ending.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's using, unless they're trying to do this thing, because Endo has his new finisher thing too, where he chokes people out. So now Takashita has to have one. That's like the only reason I can see why this exists, because they kind of cross the arm thing the same. But Takashita's, Endo's, I think, is more like a crossface.
Yeah.
Whereas Takashita's is more he's in like a camel clutch thing.
Which looks really stupid. I don't like it at all either. But
it looks as bad as Okada's red ink.
As Okada's what?
As Okada's red ink. It looks.
Oh yeah. Bad. Which Okada has not used in a million years. So
Takashita should take.
Although then Okada started using
give him the benefit of the doubt. It was the first time he used it.
Then Okada started using that Cobra clutch in the build-up to the Naito match last year.
And did he even use it in the match?
He used it in the match for 2 seconds and then abandoned it. Yes, and it has never used it since. I don't think so. I'm like, okay.
Maybe he deserved all those awards he won then for abandoning it.
Yeah, that Clover. I mean, he got rid of it. That's the best thing you can say, because it was a really bad move. So. Now he just basically Okada finally figured out he just shouldn't fuck with submissions and just doesn't bother anymore.
I'll never forget reading someone said this is like a hate on Okada moment. Like if you really like him. I remember someone saying Okada is an amazing submission wrestler because he learned from all the greats in Mexico. And I was like, what the fuck?
Look, I like Okada, but I think describing Kazuchika Okada as an amazing submission wrestler is insane. He's had like 2 submission finishes and they are both awful. It's not all he's good at.
I am not an Okada fan, but he does some stuff really great.
Yeah.
Like take the L.
Yeah, submissions are just not one of them.
He's so It's fine. You know?
Yeah. Harashima beat
people who don't suck at submissions.
Hirashima
This
beat
match.
Daisuke Sasaki with the Samato in 12:59. I mean, look, this was good early on. I really liked the Russian leg sweep into the chairs by Sasaki. That was really cool in the crowd. And then like the first 5 minutes were just Sasaki like cheating and choking, which is always fun. But then I don't know, it just felt like it petered out from there. It just felt like it never really hit like that big stretch run. And then I don't know, like Hirashima used this weird like jumping Samato from a standing position and then just hit another running one and got the pin, which just, it felt like that was out of nowhere and not really in a good way. So
It's
I
not
don't
out
know.
of nowhere.
Okay.
Him beating Sasaki is like a woman's time of the month, man. It's
Okay, well that's
regular.
true. I just thought the ending was out of nowhere.
Like, come on. When I saw that the winner got Sasaki, I'm like, oh my god. Are you kidding me? Really? They're gonna do this? Oh. And
Well,
they did it.
no Sasaki repeat, unfortunately.
Well, he's dead now too, so it's
True.
fine. It's fine. But
Um,
that leads us into
well, let
the
me get
next
into. I have.
round.
Yep, I got the cards here. So give me 1 sec though. But 2 3/4 what I would give this.
Yeah, it just didn't
Overall,
get that extra gear that they both have. They both have had better matches. So it's
yeah.
that one.
So overall, I would say this show is below the first round. I like the first round a lot better. This was still good, and especially I would say the loser resurrection battle royal was good, and the first two second round matches. But the last two just weren't really that great. So
Yeah, so I would say to wrap up the first two rounds, if you're like a 4-star or above person, there's nothing you need to watch yet.
exactly,
You're
yeah,
good. But if you like DDT, you like the matches, check them out. They're all
yeah,
really short,
yeah.
pretty much. I think there's only been one 20-minute match. So they're all pretty short.
So that takes us into the DDT King of DDT finals, which will take place next exactly 1 week from today, May 19th, at Corkin Hall. Let me just go through the whole card here. The under match is Mike Rollins and Ricky Starks against Gota Ihashi and Nobuhiro
How do
Shimatani.
you like these two guys in DDT?
They're fine. I don't know. I haven't really seen that much of them, honestly.
I
The
think
couple matches they fit
I
in
think
like from a
they fit.
comedy perspective.
Yeah, I think they fit that sort of sweet spot really good. And that's actually kind of hard because some people that you think would be good at them, like maybe Ethan Page, no
Yeah,
offense, like I really like Ethan Page, but he just like did not. It just didn't work in
yeah.
DDT for whatever reason. Whereas these two guys, they kind of found a little bit of a niche, and it really works for them.
So they get
I'd
the
like to see them in a camp match. I hope we get them in the camp battle royal. I think they'd be really cool in that.
I don't know how long they're staying though. Are
I
they?
know, but I know. I think they'd be
Yeah,
really good in that though. That'd be fun.
yeah. Then the King of DDT semifinal number one, Konosuke Takashita versus Katsada Higuchi. That could be really, really good. And then
Who do you think's gonna win that match?
probably. Oh, I don't know. It depends on who you think's winning the whole thing. I think Harashima's winning the whole thing.
I do too.
So I think they're doing Endo Harashima at the Peter Pan
And I
free
say that
show
because they have a sumo hall show. I think in September.
in November.
No, okay, it's in November. I think
Yeah,
they might save the Takashina match for the sumo hall.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought from the start. That's why I had Mal winning, but Harashima was a good choice
So
too.
I could see Higuchi getting a bit of a push here
Yeah,
by beating Takashita. And Takashita has all that stuff going on with Sendai Girls
yeah.
at the moment too, which kind of leads me to believe maybe they're not going that direction quite yet.
So Higuchi beats Takashita, gets probably the biggest one of his career, and then he loses the final to Harashima. I could definitely see that. So, I mean, you could just do Harashima and Takashita as the final, have Harashima win, but I like that better. If you're going to have Takashita lose, you might as well have him lose to Higuchi. You could use that win a lot more.
I agree. And I guess that both means we don't think there's any hope for Soma.
No, Soma's not winning this. Soma's losing to Harashima pretty much if Harashima's winning the tournament or not, I think. So, but yes, Harashima versus Soma Takagi, other semifinal. And very sorry for Soma, who's been great, but it's just I don't think it's happening.
Well, I mean, has Harashima ever really gotten his vengeance for a year ago?
It's true.
Someone turning on him and joining Damnation. Has he
But
ever really gotten him back for that?
you're right, not really. So I guess this is the vengeance. The match number 3 is Antonio Honda, Toru Iwashi, Super Sasango Machine, and Makoto Oishi versus Akito, Masa Takanashi, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Saki Akai. What an 8-person tag there.
Like, that's like the Mount Rushmore of DDT if you had like 2 Mount Rushmores.
Yeah.
Like, you had like 2 of them.
Then the right to challenge anytime, anywhere 5-way match, which Senshiro Takagi has, I believe, the last one, right? That's the last one left.
Ishii has one, but he's cashing it in after.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Okay. So, back to what I was saying. So, Senshiro Takagi versus Mao versus Yuki Ueno versus Kota Umeda versus Naomi Yoshimura. I believe this is a 1-fall match, I think. So the only way Takagi loses the bracelet is if he gets pinned. So I imagine the other 4 people will all be targeting him here.
I think one of the DNA guys will get it. It's just I don't know who.
I feel like Umeda will get it back, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe Mao. I don't know.
I really want to see Mao versus Indo in a singles match.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to see that. So I'd be cool with it. I'd be cool with any of these guys getting it. Because, back for the Peter Pan match that Indo and Takashita had, one of the things Indo said before that match was if he won the belt, he wanted to give more opportunities to those guys. So that's why it's not really shocking. I mean, I wouldn't really be shocked if Higuchi wins King of DDT, considering that. It would give him a nice boost. And it's a free show. I think it would be good. You can kind of do something a little different there. I definitely think no matter who wins King of DDT, Indo needs to beat them. Yeah. Period, point blank. He needs to have a title run, like a legit one. So, sorry if you like any of these other wrestlers, but I really think Indo needs to win at Peter Pan. And I really hope that if they do save the Takashita match for Sumo Hall in November, he wins that one too. Yeah. Like, he needs to beat him. Like, well,
I think they've avoided doing it all this time for a reason, I think. So we'll see. Then we have the Road to Matsuya Mania special handicap match.
Which is where Ishii will be challenging for the title.
Oh, at Matsuya Mania?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's on that show.
Wait, I thought he was going to come in here.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn that's what he said. He was going to come at Korakuen. But I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I'm pretty sure, hold up.
I could have sworn he came out the last month's Korakuen and said he wanted to cash in on the next Korakuen.
And they told him no.
And they told him no, so he just said, okay, I'm just going to show up with my bracelet and do it then. They told him you can't do the...
They announced, when the date was that he was getting his title shot.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. That's why I'm like...
Well, because
I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking at these cards and only announced title shot is the Yukio one. So, I don't know. Maybe we're both wrong. Maybe we just missed it.
Hold up. I'm on it. Very smart people who know what they're talking about right now.
Well, we'll see. What are you going to do? Not everybody knows everything. But anyway, so the handicap match here is Daisuke Sasaki against Kazuki Hirata and Maku Danoto. So, I guess he can go ahead and try that. Hirata wants he and,
Okay, I am all confused. It's me. I'm wrong.
Okay, I was right.
The Matsuyama show is when Indo and Sakaguchi is happening.
Right. So Ishii did not get an announced date. They told him you cannot. That they got rid of the being able to pick a date.
I think on the 19th is when he's getting his title shot. I swear to God.
They told Ishii you have to come back. Ishii said he wants the title shot on the May 19th Korakuen, and he tried to come out the last Korakuen and say he wanted it there. And they told him we're not allowed to do that anymore. You have to do a surprise cash in. So he's just like, fine, I'm just gonna show up on May 19th and do my cash in. So it's known that they're going to do that, but they can't put it on the card. You get what I'm saying?
Why can't they just make this shit straight?
I don't know. So before Sasaki and Takao defend against Hirata and Makudanoto at Matsuya Mania, they're going to have a handicap match here. Then you have Endo and Mad Polly against Yukio Sakaguchi and Mizuki Watase. And presumably this is where Ishii's going to come out and cash in on Endo. And then the main event is the King of DDT 2019 final. So it could be an eventful show here. I'm very excited for this one. That will be this Sunday, presumably at 11:30 again, 11:30 a.m. Japan time. So like 10:30.
Realistically, anyone but Soma, because Soma is the tag champions.
Yeah.
So anyone but Soma can win this tournament. It's just a matter of what do they want to do. And it wouldn't really be a shock because I picked the other three to be where they are.
Yeah.
They all have some sort of beef with Endo. You have Higuchi with the DNA tie-in and Endo saying he wanted to do more stuff with those guys. You have Takashita, which needs no explanation. I hope to God I don't have to explain that to people listening to this podcast because then we're going to have to do another 3 hours on that. And then with Harashima, man, even their stuff goes a long way back. Endo beat him to win King of DDT. Then Harashima prevented Endo from making the final of the first Dio tournament. And so Harashima went to the final and faced off against Shuji Ishikawa, and Shuji won the tournament. So there's a lot of stuff there with Endo and Harashima as well. Yeah. So it's like all three guys he has some sort of connection to. And so going into Peter Pan and it being their biggest show of the year, it's not really shocking that these are three guys that and Soma, I mean, but it's not really shocking that those are the three guys that seem primed to be the choices to win.
So that is King of DDT. I'm going to quickly. There's two other big shows coming up. There's May 26th. This is Matsui's 25th anniversary show where he's basically being allowed to book the card. And there's a 9-match show. There's a lot of stuff going on here. And the opener is a mixed tag gauntlet with like a ton of people in it. So it could be quite a long show here. But there's there's a match 2 as Generation Battle with Ishii, Akito, and Hirata against Kota Umeda, Mao, and Watase. Hub is on this show with Izami Kodaka against Yuki Ueno and Naomi Yoshimura. Daisuke Sasaki against Yasu Urano, who you don't see that much of these.
Oh my god, what a match.
Let's see, Tsubasa and Jinsei Shinzaki are on this show. Team with Yukio Sakaguchi against Endo, Soma Takao, and Mad Polly. Antonio Honda is facing Kikutaro. And then there's the semi-main is a Super Space Time Wars, Kaientai DX versus Kishiwada Brigade. So Dick Togo and Men's Teo against Manitou Kishiwada and Buffalo. That's quite the throwback there. And then the main event is a special tag team match, Takashita and Harashima against Irie and Higuchi. So that could, again, be really good. So, yeah, that card looks awesome. So circle that one on your calendar for Osaka Edion Arena number 2, May 26th. Referee Matsui's 25th anniversary show. And then the last show, we only have a few matches for it right now, which is June 2nd, the Wrestle Matsuya Mania 2019 in Ehime, the Ehime World Trade Center. This is right now we have Hideki Suzuki versus Ryutaro Watanabe. Don't even know who that is.
So Watanabe,
he's a failed
former trainee, and
right?
Got hurt and then quit, and so now he's coming back. And this is like, if you can survive Hideki Suzuki, you can come back. That's basically what the match is.
That's awesome. Also, this is in Shikoku. I just realized. Wow. That people don't know Japanese geography. That's like the other little island that everybody always forgets exists because it's just like below Honshu. It's like not really, like even New Japan barely goes there. But they only go there, like maybe a few times a year. So for DET to be running a show there is pretty cool, I think. So, but yeah, so that'll be, and then the other two matches we know is Daisuke Sasaki and Soma Takao defending the KOD tag titles against Kazuki Hirata and Maku Danoto. And then the KOT openweight title, Tetsuya Endo against Yukio Sakaguchi. So that'll
And so
be
we keep talking about people in Damnation dying because Yukio is on the warpath. He's very, very upset. And he's taking out Damnation one by one.
Yeah.
He took out Paulie. Paulie came back, by the way. Just FYI. It's a different Paulie. Like the new era Paulie. You know, Japan welcomed in a new era with a new emperor.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a new Paulie. And then he killed. Well, he KO'd Sasaki with his knee of God today, and Endo said we're gonna have to put him out to pasture. So we'll see if Sasaki comes back a brand new man. I wouldn't bet on it, but yeah. So who's next? Like, is Puma King gonna come back, and is he gonna get taken out too?
That's funny. Is he gonna go for after Ishikawa? I have to show up in All Japan to do that, I guess.
I would love that actually.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
But yeah, there's some exciting stuff coming up in DET. So I mean, all three of those shows sound awesome. So even if it's been a little bit of a sleepy time for DET right now, maybe there haven't really been a ton of big shows. There's a lot coming up. So
I have to say, I'm pretty impressed by the challenger so far for Endo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's had some really good ones. Very happy. Really, really, really excited for that match against Sakaguchi. I think it could be amazing. I'm hoping.
So let's transition over to Big Japan Pro Wrestling, Endless Survivor 2019.
Watching this so live is what you call endless surviving.
It was aired on May 5th, or it took place on May 5th, and aired live on Samurai from Yokohama Bunker Gymnasium. So it claimed 2,409 fans. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's up.
It is
from
up?
last year. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Striga had it on Twitter. Go look at his Twitter account.
Okay. I'm looking right now what last year's.
You're going to have to scroll on his Twitter account probably a week back.
No, I'm not scrolling. I'm just checking.
I'm just letting everybody else out there. I'm telling you it's there.
So last year it did 2,126. So yeah, there you go. Pretty good. But what did I just say this one did? I don't know.
2409.
2409, yep. So it was up a few hundred. Last year, of course.
All thanks to Jake Lee.
Last year was Takeda and Abdullah. Plus
this year, Jake Lee.
Yeah. This year, Jake Lee, yeah.
Straight.
Okay, so overall thoughts on the show. What I found the weirdest, you can talk about this because you're more of an expert on this stuff than me, was that there's 9 matches in the show, but only 2 death matches. Doesn't that seem kind of low for a Big Japan show?
I mean, you had the hardcore match, which picked up a lot of people. So, I mean, I guess if you want to count that one as a death match, you can throw it in there.
But it really wasn't, though. I don't think.
I mean, you had the All Asia match too, which sort of added to it. I don't know what the hell Kawakami and Kakuta would have been doing besides this. Probably nothing, per usual. Maybe they'd be getting pinned by Helma instead. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of indicative of where Big Japan's deathmatch scene is at the moment, though, and to an extent, Freedom's as well. There's just not that many guys doing this. I mean, you're seeing them bring in more and more foreigners now, which we didn't think would happen. Big Japan hates white people. So, seeing white people in Big Japan again is kind of weird in a way. I don't know if they're paying their way to go or if Big Japan actually got the money to pay for them to go. I don't know. But they need to do something. But of course, I think they have a gym in Sakuda just sort of waiting there. I kind of feel bad for Ueki. I ain't gonna lie. Because I think Sakuda's way jumped over him. We'll talk more about Sakuda.
Do you think there's any particular reason why the Japanese deathmatch scene has so few people right now?
Who the fuck wants to do that? You want to take scissors in your back?
No, but I mean, there's plenty of people doing it in America and Europe still, I guess. Not that many. So you're right. It could just be
Well, I mean, you have to remember too, like every company for a little bit was struggling to find new guys coming in, new trainees.
Yeah.
And so, as much as I hate to say this, to the credit of New Japan, a lot of people have wanted to be wrestlers again. And maybe they found out I can't be a New Japan wrestler because, I'm kind of short, kind of this, I'm kind of that,
They
whatever.
just take so few of them too.
And
Yeah.
it works out to the benefit of companies like Big Japan, DDT, All Japan, Wrestle One, Noah, Dragon Gate. It works out to the benefit of these companies too because they're able to get a lot of new talent that they probably wouldn't have had before. So I think part of it is it's just been a drought in talent in general. And I think also part of it is who really wants to do that.
Mm.
Although Yuki Ishikawa does, I'm still waiting. Like, when is he gonna bleed already? Shit.
I mean, it feels like Big Japan has no trouble getting new people to the strong division, but maybe it's just, you know.
I also think that it kind of helps that Sakamoto has kind of been like in everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah.
And so people look at him and they're like, "Wow, that's so cool."
So it's a good recruitment tool for the strong division.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I said, who really want like? I mean, you look at Sakamoto. I mean, okay, he kind of has like the hunchback thing. Yeah, okay, but he's not all like cut it up and everything like
Yeah.
Jen Kasai is. Jen Kasai almost lost a finger not too long ago because of all the deathmatch stuff. I mean, not
Yeah.
everyone is crazy like Takeda and sees this and goes, "This is what I want to do." I mean, some people are.
Yeah.
Going back to Scoot, I kind of wonder if he wanted to do death matches or if he was pressured to do them. Like, you're not going to do anything in this company just being a quote unquote strong guy or a quote unquote junior guy. So you need to get with the death matches or we don't really have a place for you. I
Yeah.
kind of wonder if that was part of it. It worked out really well. I'll say that. But and he's really embraced it as well. I mean, he's going out and having insane matches over in Freedoms. So, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many of these young kids start bleeding everywhere.
I mean, you
Maybe
never know, right?
maybe
There's some of
Nomura
them.
is like the next big deathmatch star. Who the hell knows,
You
man?
never know when some of them like they might just decide to go into death matches instead. Yeah.
Daichi Hashimoto, deathmatch king, the king of destruction when it comes to light tubes. There you go. That's it, Daichi. I figured it out for you, buddy. We're all good.
So the show opened with the debut for Kosuke Sato as he and Yuki Ishikawa lost to Takua Kato and Akira Hyodo.
Those
They,
two dudes like the new strong
they're
beating.
the big babies. That's what
They
I
look like baby BJ. Is that like
yeah.
a bad thing to say?
It's like they're two. They're two oh my god. Okay, the two. They both like these big, thick ass young boys. So like I just call them big babies, but yes, that's also a term you could use, I guess. Um, so Kato used a crab hold on Sato to get the pin. It was good. I mean, the future of Big Japan looks strong.
We say that all the time, and then they don't do
They don't use
they
anybody I
don't do
know.
anything.
Yeah.
But no, the two big boys like they just remind me of Sakamoto and Okabayashi so much. Like
Yeah.
just I guess because they got them gains.
Got them gains.
I'm
Eating a
still
lot
waiting
of
for
the.
Yuki Ishikawa to do a death match. Like when is it gonna happen?
What do they
I'm,
eat? The what the hell is this shit called? The sumo wrestlers eat. I should know this.
I was gonna say steroids, but
No, not steroids.
I don't think
The
that's what it is. Is it tofu? I don't
no,
know.
it's like that. It's like a soup. Chanko, that's what it's called.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like the chanko nabe. It's like a sumo hot pot. So they're usually eaten in vast quantity by sumo wrestlers as a part of a weight gain diet, according to Wikipedia. But yeah, I mean, like they feed that to New Japan people too, apparently. So they do that everywhere. But it's like a staple. It started with sumos. Match number 2, Shinobu and Yuya Aoki beating the Party Boys, Tetsuhiko Yoshino and Kota Sekifuda.
Didn't
Went
think this
11.
match would end.
What'd you say?
I didn't think this match would end.
Wait. When 11:46 was pretty long. but Aoki pinned Sekifuda with the Blue Storm. I actually put that down as my exact note. I thought it was fine, but I thought it dragged a little long. So
Aoki's really great though.
yeah. Match number 3 was Ryoto Hama, Yasufumi Nakanoe, and Kankuro Hoshino beating Daichi Hashimoto, Hideyoshi Kamatani, and Takuya Nomura. Went 13:07 before Nakanoe pinned Nomura with the diving elbow drop. First thing I noted right away was I feel like I have not seen a BJW tag team title match in like a million years. And I went back to check, and Hama and Nakanoe are still your champions. They did come out with the belts here, but they haven't defended it since February. So I'm not going crazy. They really have not defended these belts in a long time.
I mean, they usually kind of skimp out on title matches when there's
Yeah.
a tournament going on. But I mean, still.
It just feels like, I don't know, maybe because in January I saw the All Japan tag titles in Big Japan, and here we have the All Asia tag titles on the line here. So it feels like everybody else's tag titles.
So who would you pick to challenge them anyway?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Not fucking Okami.
Not Okami, it's true.
So I mean, who the hell else is there?
Yeah.
Maybe a deathmatch
Party
team?
Boys. Party Boys.
I would love to see them as tag champs. I'm kind of shocked they haven't won them yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really that shocked. Big fan. But, you know. And poor Nomura. Like, they couldn't have put Aoki in this match instead of him. But I guess this just means Aoki's getting a title shot soon.
Yeah, probably.
Because, I mean, Nakanoe is getting a title shot soon.
So this was this is pretty good. I like this. Ryoto Hama, for some reason, he always seems to have really fun, like 6-man tags on these Big Japan undercards. So this was good.
Another big boy with them gains. That's right.
Match number 4 was for the Yokohama Shopping Street 6-man tag team titles, elimination hardcore match. Ryuji Ito, Takashi Sasaki, and Yuko Miyamoto beat Abdullah Kobayashi, Hideki Suzuki, and Yoshihisa Uto in 11:49. This was fine. I don't know. With the amount of talent in this match, I just expected better, but it was mostly comedy. So whatever.
Sasaki back in Big Japan. Bring the Freedom's Deathmatch guys over.
Didn't he have like a wild match on the last Sumo Hall, or was that, am I thinking somebody else?
I think you're thinking about somebody else. I know he had worked a match before this one, so this wasn't like his first match back in Big Japan.
Yeah. Let's look him up.
I could be crazy.
Oh, you know what? I'm just thinking of Jun Kasai.
Okay.
Had that crazy match when he came.
Yeah, Sasaki had worked a Big Japan show before this one, so this was not like his first match back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I really hope that we get some sort of cooperation between Freedoms and Big Japan, even if Masaoka is on the show.
Yeah.
That's what kind of sucks about the whole thing. He broke his kneecap. So that's why he's been out of action.
Match number 5 was the Hardcore Junkyard Death match.
Oh, this match was great.
Yeah, this was awesome. Masashi Takeda and Takumi Tsukamoto beating Takayuki Ueki and Toshiyuki Sakuda. 15:45. Ueki got pinned by Takeda with the Kokutai Ikisan Slam. This was awesome. First of all, my favorite spot, I think, of the entire show. What fucking musical instrument was Ueki playing? Do you know?
No.
So he stopped to play a musical instrument. I have no idea which one. I could not identify what musical instrument this is. So if a listener knows, please, at Russell Omakase, tell me what instrument this is, because I'm very curious. But he starts playing it on the top rope in the middle of this deathmatch tag, and Takeda looks at him for a second and almost seems like he's enjoying the music, but then he just grabs a chair and just tosses it right in his head. That was really funny. I had to pause in the middle of this, by the way, to go get my Ghibli Museum tickets, which was very annoying for my upcoming trip. My girlfriend and my friend both really want to go to that friggin' thing. And it turns out, if you want to, I thought I was going to be pausing it for like a minute to do this when the tickets were on sale. And the thing took like almost a half hour instead, because the website apparently just cannot handle the traffic and just keeps crashing as you get to every step, in which case you have to start over. So that was really annoying. But when I got back, the match was still good. Let's say I would go like 3.5 on this. It was very fun.
And Sakuda is the future of death matches in Japan.
And you were saying he wasn't even supposed to be a deathmatch guy, right?
I mean, he didn't start as one.
Yeah.
I won't say who. I won't call them out like that. But I remember specifically someone tweeted that they were disappointed when they found out that he was going to go do death matches. And I have to say,
tell me who it is off the air.
I mean, I'll put his name in like on the side right now. I have to say, buddy, how wrong are you? Because man, like, if you haven't seen some of the stuff he's been doing in Freedoms in particular, because in Freedoms he gets to do the wild and crazy stuff that they don't do in Big Japan. Man, like, this guy is it. I think he's very special. He's coming over to work Tournament of Death. He'll be coming. So if you're going to that out there, if you're listening or you're going to that, pay close attention, because this guy is really, really, really good, and I think he's like the next up and coming big deathmatch star.
You shouldn't worry about him about the person you didn't mention, because I don't think he ever listens to the show. So, match number 6.
I mean, I'm gonna be nice.
The Big Japan Junior Heavyweight title. Tajiri defeating Kazuki Hashimoto in 12:49 with the cross knee lock. Yeah, I mean, look, what am I gonna say here? I think everyone kind of knows where they stand on these Tajiri matches at this point.
Who the hell else was gonna beat Kazuki for the title?
Yeah, I mean, look, either you like the mat wrestling stuff or you don't. I enjoy it. I get why other people don't like it, but I had a fun time with this. I thought it was a good match. But if you don't like these Tajiri matches, then you're not gonna like it. I don't know what to tell you.
I kind of hope Kazuki moves up now. Go back to being a big strong boy. I think he's done all he can as the junior champ. Like, what else is there for you to do there? I know that's like something he really wanted to do in Big Japan. It's kind of like his baby, but at the same time, I mean, what are you going to do?
Then the All Asia Tag Team titles, Ryuichi Kawakami and Kazumi Kikuta beating Jake Lee and Koji Iwamoto in 15:07.
Was this the best match on the show?
Yeah, I would say so. Kikuta won with the right high kick on Iwamoto.
Kikuta winning title.
Yeah.
Oh,
listen,
it's the sacrifice we have to make for Kawakami finally having a belt that's not in Basara.
Or the Yokohama shopping title.
Listen, sacrifices had to be made, and if it's Kikuta being tamps with him, I will accept it.
I mean, this took a while to get going, but once it got going, like, it was just fucking nonstop.
Like it just makes me want Kawakami to go and like bust everyone up in All Japan so much.
I mean, I hope we get at least one match, right, in All Japan.
We need him versus Jake Lee at least.
Yeah,
they gotta have singles.
I mean, so Kawakami at one point just grabs Jake Lee off the apron after blocking like a running kick and gave him like this sick ass like sit out driver. I don't even know what the hell that move was called, but it was awesome, like right on the floor. And then Kikuta just kicks Iwamoto's head off back in the ring. And yeah, I mean, that was like the end of like a 5-minute long closing stretch. That was just awesome. I went 4 stars flat on this. I thought it was really, really good.
I mean, people may have thought I was crazy for saying I sincerely have always thought Kawakami was the best of the strong guys. Maybe we haven't seen it too much lately because he's been doing stuff in Basara. He's been hurt and everything. But man, he was so good in this match.
Yeah, he was awesome. But I've always liked Kawakami too, and I like Jake Lee a lot, and so
we got to get Kawakami just like busting him up in All Japan. We got to see it.
Yeah. So I mean, this is of everything on the show, and especially if you're not a deathmatch person, this is the thing you should watch.
And Kikuta did a great job.
Yeah.
I won't be, wasn't mean just a second ago talking about people, what they put on Twitter. I'm not going to be mean here.
And then the semi-main, the BJW World Strong Heavyweight Title, Yuji Okabayashi defeating Daisuke Sekimoto in 1824 with the Golem Splash to win the title. This was very disappointing. Look,
I wouldn't say it's disappointing. I would say it's their typical match.
I don't know. Especially the role the two of them have been on so far this year. I mean, Okabayashi had a great Champion Carnival. Sekimoto's been awesome. I just thought this was going to be a lot better.
Okay, I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the better wrestler?
Yuji.
I do too.
Yeah. I mean, that's not even a hard question, but I don't know.
I mean, some people I find a lot of the praises that Sekimoto gets, not that they're undeserved, but I think a lot of the praises that he gets, I'm like, but Okabayashi, I think, is better. It's just his career's been sort of marred by injuries.
Yeah.
And I'm not shocked he's the champ again.
Yeah, I'm not either. So before we talk about that, I just want to mention the match itself. I thought, it was very slow.
It was a running through the motions match.
Yeah, it was very slow early on. It picked up, when they finally started hitting each other very hard. It just feels like we fast forwarded right from the boring start to like a really interesting stretch run, but we were 15 minutes in by that point.
Match actually needed more time.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it was a tough one to rate because like the early part I found so boring, like just as boring, maybe more so than the opening part of like a 35-minute long New Japan main event that everybody complains about. But this only went 18 minutes. So like if you're going to have that boring of an opening stretch to your match, you should be going a lot longer to make up for it. Like this felt like they did the boring opening stretch for a 35-minute like New Japan IWGP title match, but they only went 18 minutes. So it's just like, well, where the hell's the rest of the fucking match? We went straight from the really boring to like a really good like last few minutes, but like where the hell's the rest of the match, basically?
It just felt like two guys that have wrestled each other so much doing the match they usually do.
Yeah.
But just not amped up to the usual magnitude that they do it.
Especially for Endless Survivor. Look, here's what I was...
To the greatest hits of Journey, but you're not listening to Steve Perry sing the songs. You're listening to that other guy sing the songs.
I mean, it felt
it's so good, but it's not the best.
It felt very hollow to me. It's a good word, I think. Like I went 3.25, so that's not like it was bad, but like it just...
maybe part of it is like, did anyone really think Sekimoto was going to win this match?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to win it. Like,
I also think part of it could have been Yuji coming off Champion Carnival. Maybe he was just like not in the mood to do a 30-minute like epic,
People get tired. Are you kidding? Whoa. Wow.
I know. I mean, Okabayashi was awesome in the Champion Carnival, so I can sort of excuse it a little bit here when it's like you're coming off like, I mean, I think he had like 4 or 5 different matches I put out 4 stars or better. So like he was awesome in the Champion Carnival. So I can kind of like...
Sometimes just stuff doesn't hit either.
Yeah.
Like, it just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work on that particular day at that particular time.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been one of those things.
So let's talk about that Yuji win the title back. I had no problem with this. I saw a couple of people on Twitter being like, "Oh, Big Japan going back to Yuji," but look,
they have to go back to Yuji.
It's not even just they have to.
Never resolved. I am like so dead set on this opinion. Nothing will ever change my opinion on this. Nothing in this company will ever be resolved until Kawakami beats Okabayashi for the strong title. Period. Point blank. That's just how I feel. It's how I always feel. Everything got screwed up when Kawakami messed up his knee and didn't go have surgery because he wanted to work the Tenryu retirement show before that.
I mean, I think people should keep in mind, too, this is only his second time at the fucking title. It's not like Sekimoto, who's won it, I think, like 6 times.
And every time he's had the title, he's gotten hurt.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, the last time Okabayashi had this title, it was one of my favorite title reigns of all time. It was the reign that went from like July 2015 to July 2016. And they ended with that amazing match against Kamitani that was ended up winning match of the year.
Okay, he didn't get hurt there
that year. Yeah, but I mean that reign was awesome. So like, I don't know. I had no problem with him getting.
I think instead of Kamitani winning the match, it would have been Kawakami if Kawakami wasn't hurt.
Yeah,
Because
So
Big Japan are very structured in their hierarchy. Like people wonder why certain guys don't do shit. That's just the way this company works.
well,
They
I
don't
looked this. I
they
looked
don't
this up
always
by the
keep
way.
in line. They
I
just
have
don't.
to. I have to correct myself. I said Sekimoto was a six-time champion. He actually that was only his fourth title reign. Wow.
I mean, the title hasn't been around that long.
Yeah.
Comparison. So,
So,
but
well, anyway,
like you would never be able to convince me of anything else. Kawakami has to beat Okabayashi for that title. That's like the outside of Okabayashi and Sekimoto. Kawakami and Okabayashi is the most built up feud they have in the strong division. I don't know if people know that. Like those two have been going after each other for years.
yeah.
And I just feel that until that match happens and Kawakami finally becomes champ, we're just kind of stuck in the mud, like on a hamster wheel, going round and around in circles.
So the next title shot is Nakanoe on May 30th, I think, right? At Corkin Hall.
I mean, I don't suspect Nakanone wins. Who the fuck knows with this company half the time?
Yeah.
He, I never know. God,
Um,
probably Jimmy Havoc will be champ before Kawakami.
but yeah, that's gonna be like. Unfortunately, that's right before I go to Japan, so I'm a little. I should have timed that better, but whatever. Can't really do much about that now.
I just
I'm
hope Hideki
missing.
doesn't win the title back. That would.
Huh?
I hope Hideki doesn't beat Okabayashi. That would make me disappointed.
I do. I do want to see them do that match
I
again
want to see him
because
do the match,
yeah, because they had an awesome title match last time they did that.
I don't know if I want Hideki to win the title back.
Yeah, I want to see
And I
Yuji
like
get
Hideki.
one.
It's not that. It's not that. I like Hideki, but it's just like I don't. I don't know if I want that.
Yeah, this soon
I
especially.
don't want Daichi. I'll tell you that much.
No, I don't think anybody does.
Oh,
But yeah,
Daichi fan.
but I think they're gonna do. I mean, I hope they do that again and let Yuji get his win back because I think that would be a really cool one to do. But we'll see. I mean,
Maybe
it
they'll do that
might be
at Vegas or
it
Sumo Hall.
could be Sumo Hall November 4th. Yeah, so we'll see. All right, that wraps up Big Japan. Let's
No,
get
it
into.
doesn't.
Oh, what do you want to talk about?
You forgot the main event.
Oh, what? Wow, good job, John. Izami Kodaka defeating Masaya Takahashi to once again become Big Japan Deathmatch Heavyweight
I
Champion.
feel like this came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he kind of did, right? I mean, I went 4 stars on this. I thought it was really good, even though I just forgot it happened. So, but Bobby, what's that?
That's what spreadsheets are for, I guess. You know,
Yeah, it was his second. It was his second title reign. Wow, I would have thought he had this at least 3 times.
it's been a while since.
Yeah, his first title
yeah,
reign. His first title reign was November 2013 until May 2014. So
it's been a hot minute since he's been champ. So
yeah,
it's just like really weird that he's champ again. Why is it so weird?
does feel a little weird. So when 1748,
Really
he
short
was
match.
the
I thought it was short.
yeah with the Isa Muashi Zen. So yeah, this is good. What do you think it was too short of a reign for Takahashi?
I mean, yeah, considering they did the him and Takeda stuff so much. And it's like, who beats Kodaka?
Yeah,
Who's gonna beat him?
is a good
Are they
question.
gonna go back to Takeda again? I don't know. I don't I mean that's kind of the problem with the deathmatch division, isn't it? I mean we talked about it earlier. There's
Yeah,
so few guys. What do you do? And I don't think Ueki's ready for that title yet. And I don't think they're gonna give it to Sakuda yet. I mean, maybe Miyamoto. That would actually be. I mean, I really like to see that match.
yeah.
You
So
know,
we'll have to
Ikichi
wait and
Kenji
see.
going after each other. I would like to see that. They weren't always the best of friends. Um, I just don't know. I don't think it should be Abby or Ito again. I think they're kind of done. I mean, they can have really good matches when they want to, but I mean, I just don't know. But then again, if Messiah would have won, where the hell do you go from there? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, you're kind of in a it's kind of a no-win
It's
situation, I
it's
think.
the reality of the deathmatch division in 2019.
Yeah.
Other than bringing in Freedom's guys, or we're seeing them bring in. I mean, Jimmy Havoc and all these. I don't know some of the other people. I want to say Ricky Shane Page, but I definitely don't think that's one of the people they brought in. I don't know why
I
that
thought
name.
I didn't they? I thought they did.
I don't know why that name came to my mind. And there's this guy that just like flew himself over and to live in Japan and work Big Japan.
Yeah.
He was working the show today. So, I mean, maybe they'll start doing stuff like that.
But yeah, so
And there's the
overall,
guys in GCW too. I forgot about them. They
yeah.
sort of have a partnership going on. So, I mean, I guess if you're gonna want the deathmatch division to continue, you're gonna have to do some things that maybe you wouldn't have thought of doing 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe Kasai wins the title.
Maybe.
I would like to see Kasai beat Messiah. Now that I think about it, but I mean that's probably a step too far for Big Japan.
Yeah.
No, the match was good. Just like by the way, if you're wondering if the match was
I
good,
went 4 stars on it. I thought it was really good.
I mean, if people are wondering like, did you think the match was any good? Yeah, it's a good match. I thought it was really short. I felt like the finish kind of came out of nowhere. It's funny. I mean, it's kind of the opposite problem that DDT's had. Some of the DDT matches went a little too long. I felt
Yeah.
like some of the Big Japan matches could have went a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of thought overall Endless Survivor was a little disappointing though. Maybe that's just me.
Well, I
I
was
was
about to say, I thought overall the show, I thought it was kind of just a show.
yeah.
The only things I would really recommend are
Like
the
I don't think it's good when the best two wrestlers on the show were from All Japan.
yeah, probably not.
Like I think Jake Lee and Koji Yamamoto were like really really good in that match. I don't think that's like you know
Yeah. Um, the only thing I will say is I'm, I would say definitely watch the tag team title match. Um, I mean, that
watch
was a
the Hardcore Junkyard
yeah,
Death Match.
yeah,
Very good.
and the main event
And the
probably.
main event.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm looking at Okabayashi and Sakamoto have a 7.26 rating on Cage Match, and I don't know how.
well, that's like out of 10. Yeah, that makes sense. It's about what I gave it because you have to divide it by two, like 3.25.
I don't know.
That's actually lower than I gave it. I think.
I fail all of you in school apparently. Like
I mean, the cage match rating, I wish they just did it out of 5 like everybody else does. It's really confusing sometimes, but yeah, it's not really 7.26 really isn't that high.
I say it
But
was like a 6 out of 10, and that's
okay,
being generous.
so you give it 3 stars exactly, I guess.
I don't know about stars, man. I don't
Well,
think
it's the
nobody
same
started
thing.
about learning astronomy class in college.
Okay,
I don't know anything about match rating stars. You
so
were asking the wrong person.
let's do the questions here. We got a few. Um, Travis Zick says, "Is Izumi Kodaka the number 2 best deathmatch wrestler in the world behind Takeda?" I mean, I put
No.
Jun Kusai
I
probably,
put
right?
Kasai.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about American death matches or European. I can't tell you
I really don't know
anything.
either.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
just thinking
Japan.
about Japan, I'd put Kasai. And then I'd maybe put Kasai over Takeda too.
Who?
Kasai.
Oh, over
I
Takeda.
maybe put
Yeah.
him over Takeda.
But Izami's number 3, I think.
I don't know. Miyamoto is pretty good. The problem with
Okay.
Miyamoto is I think he has like this lizard skin or some shit,
Yeah.
and like he doesn't like bleed like everybody else. It's weird to me.
Yeah.
Like Asami, he gets like a paper cut and he's like just covered in blood, but Miyamoto can go through like a whole match and then like light tubes and stuff flying all over, and like he's like he just doesn't bleed. I don't know. It's weird. I can't be the only one that thinks that. I'm always like, how is he not bleeding all over?
Yeah.
Guess it's like Yankee in him. I don't know.
So let's see here. Dominic says, any recommendations for Deathmatch Survivor? I guess that means the round robin. I haven't seen any shows except the first Corkin. My little secret is I did not watch any of it at all. I really just did not have time between the Champion Carnival and a bunch of other going to WrestleMania
Listen,
weekend. And
don't ask me either. Grand Blue had to get grinded.
so neither one of us saw that. Okay. Sorry to Dominic, but we got more questions here. Let's say, who do you see challenging Okabayashi and Kodaka for the next few months in for Ryu Goku? Well, we just talked about how we have no idea who the hell's going to challenge Izami Kodaka. I mean, if Izami Kodaka was Jun Kazai, would be sick as hell, but I don't know if they'll do it or not. Someone had to lose, so. And then Okabayashi, I mean, we did talk about a bunch. I mean,
considering
Nakanoe's next.
Takeda did get the pin in the tag match, I would guess he's first for Kodaka.
Okay.
If you're going to go by... I mean, I don't know if they have announced anything, by the way. I don't know if anything's been announced. I know Nakanoe and Okabayashi was announced.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've announced anything for Isami yet.
I mean, for Okabayashi, there's plenty of matches that are at least like fresh because he hasn't faced him in a long time because he was hurt all that time. So I think you go through Nakanoe. I mean, that's next, but then you can do Hideki again. You can do Kamatani again. That rematch.
Him and Daichi actually had a good match against each other.
You could do Daichi. I mean, he has pretty much the entire roster you could go through. So
it's plenty. Nomura,
yeah. So I think there's plenty of. I think it'll be a long reign. I think there's plenty of challengers.
Maybe Kazuki.
I
want Kazuki to move up. Please.
And then he said, "Do you think Yuji would have been in the CC final if he wasn't winning the title?" Yeah, it's because then Kento. Yeah. He basically says, if that happened because Jun didn't want Kento to lose to Okabayashi and not get his win back, and both would be their champions, I think that it could have been a consideration.
I'm just mad Jake Lee lost. I'm so fucking mad, man. I'm still mad about the match. It was a really good match too.
It was really good. At wrestling ratings, well, at least we're getting Kento and Ishikawa again. That'll be awesome. So at wrestling ratings, Thomas, who's been on the show before, how long can they hold off before doing Takeda Kodaka again? We were just talking about that.
Maybe.
Yeah, he said, I guess the Sumo Hall show, but that's like 6 months out. Yeah, that's a long fucking time to hold off. That's actually like 7 months out. So I don't know if they can pull that off. I mean, who the fuck else do they have?
I mean, unless Asami just goes and tells them, peace, I'm going to work with Sara for 6 months, bitch.
But yeah, there's a long, long time to hold off on that for. Because, like, I mean, you could do... Maybe
they could do a match in Basara with Kodaka and Sakine.
Yeah.
Outside of the box thinking there. Maybe he can defend the title there. I don't think that will happen at all. But I'm sure there's be a bunch of foreigners that'll have some title matches.
Yeah, probably.
All
right. So we can wrap things up there. Jesse, as always, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me. It's almost time for Game of Thrones, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it'll be over by the time this.
Yes.
So, I'm just gonna say this. Spoiler alert: a lot of people die.
A lot of people die. There you go.
A lot of people die. Don't be sad.
Did you see Detective Pikachu yet? Should have asked you that earlier. I just saw that. That was good. But,
listen, I've never thought Pikachu was that cute.
Wow.
But the Detective Pikachu, that is a cute little thing.
It's very cute.
Just not with Ryan Reynolds' voice. Like,
but yeah,
so Bear has a side up, and I want it so bad.
Do you want to plug your
$45? I'm too old to be spending $45 at Build-A-Bear.
Do you want to plug your Twitter?
I always say no, and we're going to continue that.
I always link it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
As usual, we're going to plug. Go follow the DDT English account.
Yeah,
Mr. Haku, go follow him for the love of God
does a great job.
at DDT Pro _ ENG.
Can't wait to come to if he's there when I go to Kyoto. I hope he comes to Thai. I can't wait to double back for 4 extra hours of train travel just to see just the Saki Kai produced show. But like I was so upset that I wasn't getting to see DT on this prep.
Everyone needs to follow him because Mr. Haku is a man of great taste. Because he, like most people of great taste, realize that the greatest wrestler, the greatest pro wrestler on this entire planet is Antonio Honda.
Yeah. Honda is quite great. It's true.
He's
The
the best.
DT Extreme Champion.
That's right. He beat Harashima.
Yeah. All
Something
right, folks.
to do.
That is a difficult thing to do. It's true. So next week on the show, it'll be number 98, continuing the countdown to 100. And next week, I'm going to be joined by returning guest Aaron Bentley from the Everything Elite podcast. Although we're not really going to talk that much AEW. We might do like a brief Double or Nothing preview, I guess, but I don't care that much. And he's got his own podcast to do that on. Instead, we're going to talk Stardom. We're going to talk the big Stardom Core game next week because Aaron loves Stardom. And we're also going to talk some New Japan Best of Super Junior. So that'll be next week on the Wrestling Omakase. Until then, you can follow us on Twitter at WrestleOmakase. Not wrestling. Wrestling does not fit. And we will see you next time. And thank you as always for listening. Bye-bye.